not live life not being who you are. You live life being who you are, standing proud.
Things can go backwards as well as forwards, and we have to be open but keep fighting, because, you know, the battle is not yet won at all.
Rights are not given to you on a plate. You need to fight for the spaces, you need to shout, and it doesn't happen by asking politely. It happens through standing together, bringing the fight to the streets and calling it out.
This is the historic 50th anniversary march of the Gay Liberation Front. We're here to say that we are proud to have been part of the early movement, a movement which ignited the modern LGBT+ protest movement in Britain.
So I joined GLF in November 1970 at, I think, its second or third meeting. And since then, it's changed my life. It's brought back so many memories of people who have been friends and colleagues for the last 50 years.
We started on the back of the black movement and the women's movements in the States, and it was the Queens in Christopher Street that stood up to the police saying, we're here now, and it was such an exhilarating time, and some of that has gone on, thank goodness, and we're back there again, however, because some of those things have not been done. And when Pride became mainstream, the politics went out of it a lot, and we've lost some of that spirit.
Pride means to me being visible, being out, and defying centuries of being invisible and being invisibilized. It's not only a celebration of who we are, it is also a political protest and a mark towards one day, hopefully, liberation, which is very different from rights.
And today, we especially want to send our solidarity to Black Lives Matter and black LGBT+ people of colour all over the world. Yeah! It's amazing to be here with all these veterans, some in their 70s and 80s. They're still fighting, they're still committed to the same ideals as 50 years ago. And boy, we need it. Because in this crisis period of COVID-19 and economic meltdown, we need a social transformation. We need radical social change for everyone, not just LGBTs, but for our straight and cisgender friends as well.
We are the police, so we're going to be taking over the street together. Thank you.
Become depoliticized, commercialized, corporate, and that was never what Pride was supposed to be about. To celebrate LGBT life, culture, and human rights. And we will not give up until we win liberation.
Black lives matter, black trans lives matter.
Today was supposed to be Pride in London, but of course because of COVID we couldn't do that. But we decided to do it anyway because it's such an important anniversary to really look at the roots of Pride, which was radical. which was absolute freedom for all. And specifically today was in solidarity with Black Lives Matter. So it was really beautiful to see the founders of Pride in solidarity with Black Lives Matter and then the younger generation walking past. So it was a bit like, makes you like, your heart warms for London.
You will see on the ground some beautiful cigarettes. Those are socially distanced fags.
Gay men found it a convenient place to meet other gay men, and you would light up each other's faces with cigarettes.
Tonight was about commemorating, in a nutshell, 50 years of gay liberation, starting from one pinpointable night 50 years ago when the first openly gay demonstration took place right here on Highbury Field.
And it was because of the arrest of Louis Eakes, who was the chair of the Young Liberals, who was arrested for cruising, and we thought it was absolutely outrageous.
About 70 or 100 of the Gay Liberation Front protested a torchlight vigil in solidarity with Louis and everyone else who has to cruise, because queer people do not have the liberty to have public displays of affection.
Today it's a celebration, and we can move forward. Back then there was anger, and we can achieve what gay liberation set out to achieve.
I want to think about trans women of colour that are really being oppressed, that are dying. We are losing people, still, and I think we just need to keep on fighting.
We are fighting a global cause today, and I just like everyone to understand and remember those around the world who are less fortunate than us here today, and please just remember them, and Louis Eakes. Thank you.
Looking at the legends of the Gay Liberation Front, and I have a chance to hear their stories, it gives us hope, and it kind of puts things into perspective that maybe the fight is not won just yet, but we shall overcome, we will win. When I get tired of fighting and activism, I just remember they're still going, they're still fighting, they're still shouting.
And because of institutional homophobia, because of media homophobia, we've never been allowed to learn really about our history. And when we find out actually what are the key milestones which led to our freedoms today, they're complete gems, because they make sense of everything.
I was very moved that people who weren't born at the time and who could take our rights for granted took the time on a cold and dusty and COVID night to come out and appreciate what had been achieved 50 years ago.
In 1970, pretty well nobody was out as lesbian, gay or trans. Now lots of people are out, most people are out, and that's very exciting because it's the only way that we're actually going to change things in society is to say who we are.
Well, I am optimistic because these issues are ones that affect our lives, and when you're fighting for your life, you can't give up.